Giant Fisky in the house?
Oh my God.
It's happening!
Wow. Oh, he said boo.
A new white tiger, baby.
Would like to take notes while I take totes of the mouth.
Citizens of the Reject Nation, it is time to be born again for the last time of Season 2. That sentence doesn't quite work with all the context, but hey, we're excited for the finale of Season 2 of Daredevil Born Again, a show we have all enjoyed quite a bit. Before we get into it, how are you, Greg?
Aaron?
I'm great and happy that Andrew has a new sweater on today.
Yeah, it's a new one. I've never worn this before.
This couldn't have gone smoother. Let's watch Daredevil Born Again in 3, 2, 1. Could you just fit sweater? Okay.
Hey guys, before we go into this reaction, I wanted to give you a heads up that Coy will be leading a Daredevil Born Again live stream for the channel, 2 p.m. PST. That's going to be Wednesday, so, like several hours from when this video is uploaded. Aaron will join him, maybe Andrew will join him. I can't be there, but, go support the guys, show them some love, ask them some questions and whatnot. Anyhow, let's go to this video. Darius Cardan.
Oh.
He's been the main director.
Yeah, and the woman who did the middle of the season a lot. Oh, flashback.
Always wearing red regardless.
I think this is
A
present because he has the new shades on.
Oh, maybe you're right. Maybe it is present.
This is the Love Story restaurant.
Wait, no, she's arrested. What am I talking about?
Guys,
Sorry.
this is from Love Story. I had reservations to this restaurant, but then I got sick.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was a fantasy. My bad. She's on trial, obviously.
Will Mr. Murdock be joining us today?
Matt is tied up, but he should be along shortly. You good?
Yeah, fine. Medication, some rest. Maybe a total knee replacement.
You really feel the history in that relationship.
Thought you were done with Fisk in New York.
This shit has gotten so far out of hand. Can you stop him?
Not alone.
Hint, hint.
Well, that was kind of the idea.
I don't think he's gonna kill Karen. At least not until he gets me in his sights, which is exactly where I need to be.
In his sides.
Did Daniel deliver Ms. York as promised?
No.
He's disappointed.
Where's the buck stop? With Buck?
Yeah.
Hey.
I think I'm only now understanding the responsibility of someone who's elected by millions, chosen by millions of New Yorkers.
That was a great unspoken exchange because he knows that he took him out.
They think that my grief has clouded my judgment. Do you believe that?
No, sir.
It seems Murdock has survived the night.
I think it's clouded your judgment a little bit.
You really want to do this?
He's going to have him testify?
I will make arrangements.
I think he is.
Fisk on trial?
Yeah, I think Matt just summoned Fisk.
Super comic book.
Yeah,
Love
like
it.
Fisk on the stand.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Love it.
I think that's what that piece of paper is.
She exhibits the classic hallmarks of antisocial personality disorder.
Wow.
What we used to refer to as a sociopath.
Exactly.
You're just a hater. Yeah, COX, how you responding now?
Ms. Page continues to unravel. In our interview last night, she demonstrated hostility, duplicity.
Objection. It's prejudicial. Sidesteps any objective diagnosis with conjecture.
Mr. Hochberg, you know better. Mr. Murdock.
Yeah, you know better.
Sorry I'm late.
I guess burgundy.
You were dead. Are you okay?
Yeah, fine. Just got shot in the leg.
The vigilante's mask does not hide his public face. In fact, it reveals his private face. The real mask is the one that he wears in his public life. The dutiful boyfriend, the responsible boss,
Yeah.
the loyal son.
Thank you so much.
Wow.
No further questions?
You should read some comic books, because that's like every comic book.
Yeah. Batman, Daredevil.
You said the real mask is the face the vigilante wears in public, right? The son, the boss, the boyfriend, maybe even the clinical professional?
Ooh.
Dr. Glenn, did you strike Miss Page during your evaluation last night?
Call that out.
Absolutely not.
Sustain.
Ooh. What's this then, huh? What's on your face?
In your professional opinion, would my client qualify as a vigilante if she never cultivated an alter ego? Or, as you call it, a mask?
Sure, she didn't need a mask. She hid behind daredevils.
In the same way that you're hiding behind the Fisk administration.
Objection.
Personal this is getting.
No further questions.
The court is recessed for lunch.
God, I miss good lawyer scenes.
12/24. It's a reference to the day before Jesus' birthday.
Catholic Christ.
I like his little jaunt. A little, he got like a little.
This Bethel's got swag.
Yeah.
Oh, Bullseye.
Uh-oh.
Look how bright that suit is now.
Yeah, super blue. Like on this t-shirt, you can get it at rejuvenationshop.com.
What's going on?
What?
Oh, fasten. Oh, shoot.
Is the mask really necessary?
Oh, no,
he's
it's
got
fake.
the bullseye on it now.
That's fake.
Fake one.
That's fake Bullseye.
Fake one.
And the prosecution has no objections?
Oh, far from it, Your Honors. We welcome Mr. Murdock's self-sabotage.
I'll allow it. Call your witness.
Here he is.
Wilson Fisk.
Straight out of the
Defense
comic.
calls Mayor Wilson Fisk.
Damn, that's
Yeah.
the exact comic run that this has mainly been inspired from.
I wonder if it's going to end the same.
Oh, what an intro to come into
Love
court.
how they shoot him from a downward angle to make him appear so much larger. Big Fisky in the house?
I like the way he swags into
Yeah.
court, too. He
Just
looks
taking
a
up
bunch-
space.
Yeah.
I do. Wilson Grant Fisk.
His name's Grant. Now that's a follow.
Showing a force.
That's a following.
I was taught to find the biggest man and bring him down. But as I grew, I realized that no man stands as tall as this courthouse.
Just monologuing.
No one's asked shit yet.
No one's cross-examining him.
Thank you for joining us today.
Not at all. I consider it my civic duty.
I was a little surprised that you showed up.
I could say the same for you.
Love the double speak.
I'll live.
So much double entendre. Oh.
Oh,
Hey, the real
bullseye.
The real Bullseye, please stand up.
That was amazing. No one shall pose as me.
Is Buck fake bullseye?
Well, we saw Buck in the courtroom, I think, just a second ago, right?
So who's that walking with all that fake swag?
Nice.
Whoa! I don't know if that's going to save you. How dare you mock me?
Yeah, come on. What do you think you're doing, brother? Move!
Poser.
Truly.
It's too late for Foggy Nelson. It's too late for Muse's victims, for Officer Saunders.
All the people affected by that.
Vanessa.
But we can bring these criminals like Karen Page and Daredevil to justice. People we lost deserve that.
I'm sorry, was that an answer or a speech, Mr. Mayor? When Bullseye took a shot at you. Actually, you called me a hero that night, didn't you?
Objection. Can we have a little relevance, please?
Sustain. Get to the point, counselor.
For the statute that my client is being charged under was supposedly created to protect the city from criminal vigilantes. Some might say rounding people up and throwing them into detention without due process. Your policies, as harsh as they may be, did not prevent a criminal from taking a shot at you and ultimately murdering your wife. An assassin, actually, who I believe was once in your employ.
Objection. This is contemptible.
Come on, man.
This kitchen sink approach is getting tedious.
Your Honor, there's a point to all this. Please remember what my colleague asked at the beginning of this trial. What is a vigilante? What is a criminal? Please.
Criminal.
You really want to do this, Mr. Murdock?
Absolutely, sir.
The subtext.
Mr. Fisk, were you aware that the Northern Star is smuggling illegal arms into New York City via the free port that is owned by the Fisk Industries Trust?
My man.
The only thing that's been presented is testimony from Officer Powell, who is in your employ, who takes his orders from you. It is the allegation of the district attorney, who, guess what, is in your employ, takes his orders from you.
Objection.
Who's going to snap first, Matt or Fisk?
I would like to introduce evidence regarding the Northern Star, video testimony from the ship's first mate, Christophe Sava.
There we go.
Mr. Sava was duly deposed by
she
Ms.
wants to do the right
McDuffie
thing.
before he disappeared. Considering the flexible standards of this court, such evidence should be admissible.
Jesus Christ, this is turning into a circus.
Mr. Hochberg, I think we've
It's
been
always
under
a
the big
circus.
top for a while.
Yeah.
Murdock, there are things I can say in here that will ruin your life.
Oh, amazing.
I can have you thrown in a cell forever.
I could say the same about you.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of proven not accurate.
Excuse
but
me?
okay.
No,
Did Fisk hear that?
You're like, how would Fisk hear that?
There's not going to be any appeal.
You're saying that out loud in front of the judges? You want to just hand Fisk the robes and gavel?
We'll allow it.
Yes.
Playing against his arrogance.
My name is Christophe Savas. I was the first mate on the Northern Star. We were under orders.
This is AI, Your Honor.
The Northern Star was carrying weapons.
Who sank the Northern Star?
My captain, Achilles Kyriakou, not Daredevil. He found the weapons.
And who was the one who ordered you to scuttle the ship?
The Kingpin. We knew it was the mayor, Wilson Fisk.
Damn.
Unless it can be corroborated by someone who is actually on the Northern Star.
And that is exactly what I intend to do, Your Honor.
Then please, by all means, do so.
Do it.
Swordsman?
Do it.
Through evidence, testimony, and your own statements, we have determined that Daredevil was on the Northern Star.
Yeah, oh my God, it's gonna happen.
It's safe to say.
So, if only we could ask him what he witnessed that.
Oh my God.
It's happening!
I welcome going down this road with you, Mr. Murdock.
Yes.
Is it safe to say you don't really like Daredevil?
Safe to say, yeah.
This is awesome.
What if the public actually think that Daredevil is a hero?
The people know better.
Take me, for example. I took a bullet for you, didn't I? Would that make me a hero?
And I am Daredevil. Oh my God.
Damn.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm here to give the key to the city.
It's full of chills. It's happening.
It's a simple yes or no question, sir. Am I a hero?
I'm sorry, Your Honors. What does any of this nonsense have to do with Karen Page?
Got his ass.
Did you or did you not orchestrate the sale of military-grade weapons to the official use of your office and then order the Northern Star to be scuttled when your plan was exposed?
Oh, he's starting to become unhinged.
Do not answer it.
Answer it, sir!
I will answer it!
You can't handle the truth.
Exactly.
All you need to know is that I'm running this city and it's thriving. Anything else is above your pay grade, little man.
Little man.
We've established there was another witness on that boat, haven't we? A witness who, in fact, is in this courtroom today. Isn't that right, Mr. Mayor? You and I both know who Daredevil is. He's the man who knows exactly what happened on the Northern Star.
Oh, Jesus.
You are a fool.
Don't do it, Matt.
No, I'm not. I am Daredevil.
It happened.
Order, please.
Criminal, what is this?
Where's the mask?
Are you honestly going to tell this court that Daredevil is a blind man?
Everyone knows now.
Miss Jones and myself then witnessed Fisk arm his private militia, aka the task force, with said weapons, which we then destroyed in the interest of public safety. This court was formed to adjudicate the Safer Streets Initiative, an initiative created by this man, Mayor Fisk, in furtherance of his criminal agenda.
God damn.
This court has neither the ability nor the mandate to decide justice.
Amazing.
Public opinion's definitely on Matt's side now.
Daredevil or not, Mr. Murdock is right. Miss Page's crimes, if they even are crimes, cannot be judged by this court.
I move for dismissal.
Granted, this case is dismissed. Miss Page, you're free to go.
Oh my God.
Woo! Damn.
He could just say that was his brother, Mike Murdock.
Mike Murdock. It's a thing in the comics. It's not very realistic. Wow.
Are they gonna arrest him now? Oh, God.
I mean, he's gonna end up in jail.
I think Jessica Jones there protected, but I'm worried.
You've won nothing, Mr. Murdock. Nothing.
I love the bookend of how episode 1 of this series started off with them, ending
The
with
Attorney General has filed charges against you for racketeering, smuggling. Your assets have been frozen, and the Freeport is under government control.
Wow.
From the word of a deluded lawyer, none of it will stand up.
Oh, then there's attempted murder against a government official.
Her.
Oh.
This is the part where you resign.
There's a process for what you propose. I suggest you start that up, if you'll excuse me.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting to see who you've aligned yourself with, Ms. Jones.
Watch yourself, Kingpin.
Wow, this is cool. Their first time meeting.
On camera.
On camera, yeah.
Where are you going, Daredevil?
That's,
You want to hide?
Accept defeat gracefully, old man.
Oh my
I
God.
love the way that's framed.
Matthew Murdock, Daredevil.
Defeat, you've only weakened yourself. It's over. You lost the city.
No, Bullseye, don't do it.
I've lost nothing.
Murdoch's coming out. Prepare the shot. Repeat, prepare to take the shot.
Sorry, pal. Wrong bullseye.
Sir, it's a trap.
No, wait, you don't want to do that.
Whoa!
Everyone be taking bullets for this guy all the time.
Just calmly walks out.
So they did order the hit to kill Matt.
Oh, dang, he's bleeding out.
Damn, he's moving rather smoothly for getting sniped there.
What is he waiting for?
I don't know, but we can't just hold up here and we're sitting ducks.
Oh, yes. God bless jurisprudence.
Task force or not, at this point, he just wants to tear it all down.
I'm calling in the National Guard.
Wait, there's more.
Billy Mays is here?
Whoa.
Fascinating.
This is like the BB video, but
Real.
really him.
We were once again attacked by a vigilante. My aide has been wounded.
Just choke him. He'll be all right.
Right now, we are under siege. As we speak,
Dutch angle.
our enemies are assembling, masked, hidden, and they're coming for all of us.
All right. Vive la revolution.
I want to make myself clear to you. I will not abandon you. I swore an oath, and I intend to honor it. I will stand and fight. Will you?
Jesus Christ. He's asking for a war.
See, that's my concern. You call in the National Guard, you're giving him exactly what he wants.
Yeah, that'll take hours. I mean, we have to stop this now.
Hold on one second.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We are under siege by me!
That was fast.
Cool, from the real one to the fake one.
The mayor's right. We
I was
are
using her
under
real
siege
voice.
Oh, wow, yeah.
by the task force, by the people who kill our family
Saw Yurik there.
and lock us up. It's our city, not his. It's time
reveal
to take
herself?
it back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody's unmasking.
Devil horns.
Peter, where are you?
The city's picking sides.
Far from home.
Nice.
Wow.
Yes. Gnarly, dude. Oh, all of our cops coming through.
I don't know if you're going to be able to hold this place down.
Sheila's like, I don't want to be here.
Is that a suit? It's gotta be.
Hell yeah, it's a suit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Whatever happens tonight, to them, to me, to you, Matt Murdock and Karen Page never leave this building alive. Now, go do your job.
Sir, Murdock's not alone.
Well, if you're feeling challenged by your responsibilities, feel free to tender your resignation.
Hawkberg, come on, man. One of you has to have a change of heart.
You hear it?
Pretty soon, everyone out there will be in here.
Task force is coming.
He could be his best self now that both sides are up.
Yeah, fully authentic.
The alcohol's like her spinach.
Stay safe.
You too.
You ready?
Finally.
Let's go.
Just pay a visit to Dr. Strange, Matt. I'll wipe all their memories for you.
It'll be fine.
Hell yeah. I guess the people view him as a hero.
Yeah, the Blood Devils.
All right, let's not do anything that we're gonna regret later, all right? Put the guns down.
I feel like Cole North's going to have a change of heart.
It's the Attorney General. He'd like to speak with you.
Where's Matthew Lillard?
Right.
We serve the people, not the other way around.
Take one more step and we'll shoot you right in the face.
Get your Muse mask.
Give me your jacket.
It's a cannoli.
He's shivering. Give it to me.
Cannoli.
He's up. Back up. Everybody just back the fuck up.
Shoot him.
Whoa.
Tell him
Oh.
about Hector Ayala.
Hector Ayala was a fucking cop killer. I said shoot that bastard.
My husband wouldn't kill police.
You told me Ayala pushed him off the platform.
I told you to shoot that guy.
Ooh.
He's one of ours. He's not one of ours. He's one of them. What the fuck happened to you?
What happened to you?
You lose your balls in that fire too? I gave you a direct fucking order.
No.
Fine, you won't do it, I will.
Yeah.
Switch sides.
Get him out of here.
Come on, Cole.
Somewhere Punisher's moping.
Let him in.
Man, wow.
Holy shit.
That's crazy.
Storm it.
Why don't you and I get out of here?
Why are you touching her face? Yeah, good. Rightfully so. For you to caress her hair is crazy. Like y'all got history or something.
You need to get this man a doctor. Will
It's
die.
okay. He's got a fancy jacket. He's good.
It's a cannoli.
Crazy.
Yeah, right.
This doesn't remind me of any real world event.
No.
Nope. Nothing involving a 6. Nothing.
Woo! That's an awesome shot. They're side by side. That was so cool.
I'm here.
I have a key to give you.
I'm ready for a brand new day.
I think she's mayor.
Of course.
It's the office of the AG. Again, final offer, he says. Tender your resignation and leave the city.
Leave New York.
Crazy.
And there I thought I had your support, Sheila.
The office of the mayor has my support. Renounce your citizenship, go into exile, and the AG promises not to prosecute.
Wow.
Gonna go to an island or
I
something?
won't leave them.
Speak to him. This is the best offer you are going to get.
Open that door.
There are lives at stake.
Open that door.
Take the deal.
Open it.
He's grieving too.
Open that door.
He's got to unleash that rage.
Just kill the guy.
He said boo. That's crazy.
It's not where I thought it was going.
No. Just murdering civilians.
Hallway fight.
Yeah. 2 of them.
Yeah, you're getting your Kingpin one in.
Oh, blood. He said, if I'm going on the bench.
Damn. Shit. Jesus.
Woo! So bloody.
It's reminded me of what?
Jesus Christ.
The end of season 3 where his white suit got all red.
Yeah.
Oh, nice!
Hell
Let's go!
A new white tiger, baby.
Oh, girl. Save her soul, Matt. Okay.
Goddamn. I'm so worried for all these people.
They're all dead.
He got a pretty good cosplay mask. Look how scared they are.
Y'all better run.
Oh, no. This is going to be gross. This is going to be gross. Okay, thank God. I'm so worried about grossness. This is fucking insane finale. This is nuts. Look at him. He's coming to his own.
From one
So
hallway
many
to
dead
another.
guys just in the hallway.
Well, there it is.
How do you walk away from this, Fisk?
Oh, and then they're going to... Oh, they'll love it.
He's Fisk.
Love
He
the
always
compositions.
Go, Karen!
I'm so worried she walked out of that locked room.
Bitch.
Hell yeah.
Everything coming together.
That is so sick.
What a beautiful shot.
Yes, rise!
Oh, and Fisk appears up there, I imagine.
Yep.
Oh.
Throwing people down.
Single-handedly.
What an image.
You're wrong about me. You're wrong.
Love how primal this is.
I have done everything for you. I've given you my heart and my soul. Life for you, and I stand here now, and I still fight.
No.
What are you? Don't charge him. I mean,
y'all are dumb.
And I just wanted a better New York.
No, guys.
You don't know how many people he killed behind them.
And can't kill all of them at once, right?
yeah, maybe.
Still Matt trying to protect lives. Oh, yeah, I mean.
I love you! Just for your own good.
He's just murdering so many people. Wow.
Oh, this is so like Renaissance painting operatic.
Exactly right. I was saying that's what I meant by primal. It feels like medieval court.
Bludgeoned by the people.
Don't kill him.
Oh, he must repent.
I can't believe there's maskless Matt Murdock Daredevil right now.
Listen to me. It's over for both of us. Take the deal.
I will not. You go to prison, you die locked away from her memory.
So cool.
Or you do what you do, and this whole thing starts over again. The poison, the fight, death. This is your so-called retribution. It means nothing to me. What about Grace? No. You're not allowed to offer that to me. I believe you love this city same as me. We have the opportunity to give it peace, even if we have none.
Weird audio.
That's Grace.
Man, the understanding, the respect.
I accept.
Wow. What about all the people he just publicly killed in the building?
That's what I was thinking, too.
It's just covered in their blood.
You understand if I don't shake your hand? Yes, I understand.
Pain against the pride.
Give him a hug instead. No, or not.
I hate you, Ron Burgundy. But damn, do I respect you.
That was I mean, this whole season has been like building and building. I was wondering, Fogwell's where it could go.
It's reopening. That's where Iron Fist is going to be training.
Curious if Buck survived or bled out.
Jose's?
Yes. Hey.
They went to the Indian restaurant.
They're back.
I could be wrong. That might not be the second his love story, but I think it is.
It's beautiful.
Hard to believe it's really over.
Yeah, I know. This normal life thing is...
It's not.
No more running, no more being hunted, no more...
It'd be hard.
It's really hard.
It's so hard.
Why is it so hard?
Because we're really messed up.
If I'm honest, I'm not sure I know how to do it.
That's okay. Neither do I. Still like to take a shot at it.
Yeah, me too.
Or maybe this is real.
Yeah, I think this
Gone on longer than I
just
expected.
a fast forward, yeah.
I thought he'd be thrown in jail.
Task force was overturned.
Are they coming to grab him right now?
I thought we'd have more time.
Yeah, got it, yeah.
Okay, so No Way Home is him breaking him out of jail.
That's Brand New Day.
Brand New Day, that's what I meant to say, yeah.
Oh!
Accepting.
No.
Good deal.
Oh, I thought he was going to propose.
Doing both.
Yeah, right.
You Murdock.
Yes, sir.
You're under arrest for assault, attempted murder, and it's a long list.
Daredevil's crimes.
You have the right to
Waive the advisement, not the rights. Used to be a lawyer.
So poetic. He gets arrested there.
I love you.
Break him out, Spidey.
We love you both.
Karen
This is
Page
the same
survived?
song as the end of last season. Am I wrong about that?
Wasn't everything?
No, yeah, I think I'm wrong. Now Karen's going to get shot. And then all our theories come
She's
true.
made it. It's okay.
Luke?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah. Glad they didn't spoil that in the guest starring.
Oh, I missed you so much.
Why is it a leak?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I didn't hear anything about that.
Phoebe. Thought you should have
Ellison?
And you see Harlan.
Yes,
Yeah.
Ellison.
What's this?
Welcome to the Bolton.
Yeah, nice job.
He doesn't have glasses.
Where's contacts now? It's more sophisticated.
The Harlem Terror Battle, New York. It's all the same articles.
Yeah.
Oh,
Siren
beautiful.
People still read this newspaper?
Are you okay?
Yeah, work was different over there.
And you're done?
Yeah, I've already found someone else.
Mr. Robertson, I just wanted to congratulate you on becoming a million miler. Welcome to the club.
He did say that at the beginning of the season I could use the miles.
How does he not recognize him? You got to know his face.
I heard you found someone else.
I assume Bullseye.
To replace him.
She's back!
Yeah.
What is Buck's fate?
Come on, put it on. Put it on.
Her eyes.
She's putting it on.
Yeah.
Put it on.
Oh, yeah, she is.
Is there a female muse in the comic?
There's a
lady muse?
Daughter that like takes over after he dies.
Oh,
not his daughter,
that's
sorry, but
creepy.
like there's an artist inspired by him.
Nodded his head.
Shit.
Wow, retreated to a whole island. The spot he wanted to go to with Vanessa.
Yeah, without Vanessa.
The Hamptons. God, what a good ending. Good cliffhangers. What a way to set up a whole new season.
Yeah.
Oh, Devil in Cell Block D. Is it going to be Cell Block D?
I mean, he's the D.
Wow.
There's credits.
I don't know if we'll get a post credit. That was a pretty.
It's called Spider-Man Brand New Day.
It's called Punisher One Last Kill and Spider-Man Brand New Day.
I'll see. Let me see. Doesn't
No.
look like it. It's fucking Marvel fell off the map.
We have just finished season 2 of Daredevil Born Again, episode 8, the finale of one hell of a season of television. It mirrored a lot of comic book stuff. It sets up a lot of beautiful stuff. It surprised us. It did everything a finale needed to do. I have a lot to say, but I'm going to kick it off with Greg because he always goes last. This last episode, so now he goes first. Ha ha!
That flight attendant was played by Asia Rogers.
Hey.
Good contribution.
Yes.
I'm glad we got that out there.
And I'm glad she got her line in there. Asia Rogers. Shout out Asia Rogers. We don't give enough credit to the smaller
flight attendant
roles and the
roles.
flight attendant roles. It's much harder to kind of just show up and do one line. And I thought Asia Rogers did a really good. Asia Rogers, I hope if you're watching this, everyone go follow Asia Rogers on our
Yes.
Instagram page. Help her get more reoccurring work as flight attendant.
No flight attendant gets a spinoff.
Flight attendant.
4 years ago, maybe.
Anyway, Asia Rogers, people. Yeah, that was a crazy finale. It's like something with Daredevil that it can often feel a little bit repetitive with this show is like, Matt and Wilson going at it again. Here we go. One might try to expose the other, one's trying to take the other one down. So it's cool to actually get into a finale where the cliffhanger is like the ending itself is so unique to all of Daredevil series. And it sets up for a season that is just a completely different direction that will still honor the whole idea of Kingpin versus Daredevil, but in a very different way. And I love that they've actually managed to broach that. It seemed like going down that path of, like Coy's been saying, that he feels Matt will end up in jail. I thought he would get publicly outed earlier on. I would say like it's way more what Coy thought than what I thought. I only had like one thought, but Coy had a lot of thoughts, and a lot of them thoughts came true today. So good job on thoughting.
I had thoughts.
Yeah, thoughting, and that really went down. And it was a nutty finale, guys. I love watching Kingpin lose his shit, and then how it came down to that moment with them showing down and having this like respect. There's always that underlying respect and understanding that they have for one another. Even when they made the deal and him like knowing that his pride was too hurt to just shake his hand. It was awesome. I thought it was violent. I thought it was beautiful. I thought it was the most exciting court scene they've had in the entire series. and they managed to honor the comics in a way while staying true to the world without just directly adapting the comics. I do feel like some of the setup with like Luke Cage and Jessica Jones it's exciting, very vague. It's the only part that feels like setup.
Yeah, it definitely is allowing for whatever they were going to do season 3 without it being like it just goes, here we go, it's coming, without it being like, we got to figure it out now.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like buttons or quotas I don't know what they're setting up there specifically outside of like season 3. But in terms of what we got, I thought that was really cool. Like the whole revolution and how that all turned out. It felt, as Andrew likes to say, visceral. It felt very visceral, and I thought it was very impactful. I think the season overall was great, and I like how this season finale managed to do a big part of what makes Matt Murdock so lovable is him as a lawyer, and he wasn't really a lawyer for much of this season. Wasn't really much of a lawyer in the last season either, but this season, to culminate it where there's an acceptance here going against the whole idea of what the masks represent. That what's her name? What's the girl's name? The therapist.
Heather.
What Heather was talking about the masks that we wear in public, and then this way there's no more hiding, there's no more secrecy. Both are out. Both Kingpin and Wilson Fisk are now one. Both Matt Murdock and Daredevil are now one. And there comes to the freedom. So it's a cool ending where while he's imprisoned, he's also the most free he's ever going to be because there's no more secrecy. So I think there's something very beautiful and poetic about the way this all ended. And yeah, I'll stay on just those little things right there. And then of course, Roberto Lopez, who played Berto. Mm-hmm. He did a great job.
Did the work.
Shouts out to Roberto Lopez.
Geek checked.
Mahoney returned again for another episode. No, there's some really good points. I think this episode was very ambitious. I like a lot of the themes again that they were that they executed on, just about sacrifice and illusions, and I think a lot of foreshadowing came to fruition too in this episode. I mean, we had. We talked about Cole North possibly turning, a few episodes back. I just like those subtle details where, you can see from the physical acting, from just those looks and nods and stuff like that. And also, too, you had Daniel mention to Buck, like, what are you going to do when someone's got a gun pointed at you, and you get stuff like that. I like that when they sprinkle little seeds into the ground and then they let those blossoms, or those flowers rather, blossom. And I thought those were really executed. And then, we also talked a lot about that last episode, the mind games and the psychological effects that were going on between Heather and Karen. And I liked seeing that between Matt and Wilson in the courtroom. I mean, we were kind of poking a little bit at A Few Good Men, which is one of my favorite movie ever. And it's one of my favorite courtroom scenes, just in a movie or in a TV show. And I thought this one was doing a great job of paying a little respect and homage to that, but doing its own thing too at the same point. And I love to that moment because Matt and Wilson know each other so well, and Wilson knew what he was like up to at a certain point, and then he was like whispering through the court when he was in the judge's chambers, like, "Do you really want to go this route?" But that was just so much, the mind games that they were playing with each other, like in the courtroom and with all the cameras and everyone there to witness, when he's got the entire justice system weaponized against Matt and everything like that. It was so fascinating to watch. And then for it to shift, the balance to shift into actual comic booky mode, like when Wilson is just literally like decimating people. I like that they can tone those shifts so seamlessly in the show. So phenomenal finale. Was really good. I do like that Matt is such a unique character, to where we were kind of mentioning a few times, like, he keeps trying to do the same thing and nothing ever changes when it comes to taking down Kingpin. I mean, it's respect that, he's a guy that has these beliefs and he never wants to go dark and actually murder, someone and do that. That would be a permanent way to take down Fisk, but he's got that unique sensibility of, staying on the light side of himself. But I thought this was a unique way of showing that there is a different way to take down Wilson. And I like that they showed that in this episode. And I thought that was really done well. And yeah, I really like that. And then I'm curious too what's going to happen with when it comes to what's it called with Heather with Muse. Like, is she just going to be a side villain in the next season? I know we got the Defenders and all that, but I mean, they set her up pretty intensely in that last one with Hochberg or whatever his name is. I mean, because they've been setting that up a lot this season with her breaking with her identity and all that. So I'm curious where we go with that next season. Because she's a very fascinating character. When I rewatch this episode later, I'm gonna see. I want to see her reaction to learning about Daredevil, because there's a little double entendre to that. It's not just about Matt revealing herself, but remember, Matt's the guy who saved her from Muse too. So like that's an interesting twist for her as well, learning that the man she loved, and she's writing all these things about people with masks and vigilantes and how she feels about them, and then Matt revealing himself. So I mean, there's a lot going on in this episode, but it was crazy. I really enjoyed it though.
Aaron?
Oh, I largely really enjoyed this episode as well. I thought it was a very exciting finale, to say the least. Matt finally revealing himself, something that I didn't know if I would ever see coming from this iteration of Daredevil. Fisk just taking out people in a courtroom, that was wild as hell to see. Just how much blood was, on him and stuff. And the city coming together in a real way to rebel against Fisk in a more than verbal way, but a very literal way. I thought that was very cool. I think there are some things I would have liked a little bit more fleshed out. Just the stuff with Bullseye and his relationship with Matt and Karen, and the stuff that was happening there a couple episodes back, and the setup stuff for Jessica Jones and Luke Cage did feel a little vague. I kind of agree with that on that front. Overall, I would say I liked the finale. I feel like it's clean. It's a clean finale from the start of season 1 of Born Again to where we are here. I felt like this is a type of storyline that could have benefited from a longer episode run. Like the stuff with BB, I felt like could have been fleshed out a little bit more as well. The stuff with White Tiger, she kind of gets forgotten about for a little bit and then kind of comes back. So, and part of me is like, is that a lack in narrative, or is that because I like what they've established so much, I just want more of it? Am I being greedy, or do I feel a sense of lack? And I'm kind of wrestling with where I sit with that. But overall, I genuinely really enjoyed it. I feel like if we are doing the comparison game, because it's connected to the other three, I would say this falls 4th for me. I think it's better than season 1, but not quite as good as the original 3 seasons. But that's a very high bar to cross. It's not to poo-poo on this show at all, but I really enjoyed the directional stuff they were going in, both with how it was shot and storyline. I think there's some interesting things that they did here. I just would have liked a lot of the stuff to be a little bit more fleshed out. The whole task force thing felt wrapped up fairly quickly for how large of an effect it was on the city. But yeah, I'll leave it there until we open up the larger conversation. So overall, I would, on a thumbs up, thumbs down kind of scale, I'd give it a thumbs up overall. Yeah, that's where I'm going to leave it.
As a comic book nerd that had many thoughts, as Greg has iterated, I am very validated that they clearly love some of the greatest hits, and they don't feel like they're beholden to them at the same time. I think it's really hard when you're making stories that are so iconic to comic fans to find a way to blend them into your world without sacrificing your world or the comic, and I think this did a really good job setting up Devil in Cell Block D, setting up the return of certain characters, but also feeling authentic to not just Netflix Daredevil, but Born Again. I thought it really masterfully wove in some very important comic storylines and ideas while still being true to itself. I really love that the show from the beginning has always been two men that love this city and how similar they are, but are so diametrically opposed. Like the Venn diagram of their similarities is very important, but you need to be able to see, obviously, one is a true supervillain and one is a vigilante. And I was really impressed at the ending being Matt in prison because of his love of the system and his pride at being part of the system, even at the cost of his own freedom, because the system worked. And that's also interesting because the system is by its nature engineered for the rich and powerful to have different ramifications. So he's even aware in the moment of all those people dying that the system working is him absolving his citizenship and going off to a beach. And even that is satisfaction because of his city love. And they both love this city so much that Matt is still satisfied that the city is safe from Wilson, even at the cost of one, his being in prison, but also Wilson leaving and not being in prison. And I really love the last shot of Matt having that freedom, as Greg mentioned, of being fully Matt Murdock and Daredevil simultaneously, kind of for the first time publicly. I mean, definitely for the first time publicly, but kind of for the first time we've seen him kind of absorbing that. Like he's appreciating that moment. But then we also get a shot of Wilson getting his new version of the White Rabbit, like staring off into the bliss of nothingness, but it being painful. Like anyone else on that beach is a vacation. He's trapped there. That's his own prison. He's trapped away from Vanessa. He's trapped away from New York. He's standing there staring at white nothingness as he did with the snowstorm, the White Rabbit painting, but now it's a trap. Like he's imprisoned by the freedom and Matt's free within the prison. And so in a show that's done a really good job to set up the parallels between these two men, this is the first time, I think, since season 3 that we have, as we've all talked about, a different version of those parallels that now is not their differences, but their similarities, and also pushing those worlds together. So we have a fully formed Kingpin and Wilson Fisk, not them battling within themselves, a fully formed Matt Murdock and Daredevil, not having that inner turmoil. And what that looks like is a devil in a cage and a tyrant on a beach, and both of them being trapped in different ways. And I think that's really beautiful storytelling. I think it's really interesting to see a show that's been so bold about revolution acknowledge the truths of the cops are going to go to prison that were obviously the most direct, and like there will be ramifications, but there's still going to be the person in charge of everything out free. Like that's the reality of the systems that we've fought so hard to maintain. So I really love the revolution. I really love that the city felt like it was part of the battle. I really feel like the show did a good job building and then dipping into drama, dipping into drama, like in a way that felt like the crescendo was natural, and the last episode didn't feel like it fell flat considering how big episode 6's finale felt. That was my slight concern of episode 6. We all joked like could have been a finale in another season, but how does 8 work? And I love that episode 7 just built this pressure up so that episode 8 got to be even bigger, and we literally got the most Daredevil thing, which is not 1, but 2 hallways. And those hallways came together into a New York brawl in a building of justice, of law, and that is a courtroom. So it just did a lot of beautiful symbolism that landed a lot of Daredevil motifs. We got obviously courtroom stuff that led to hallway that led to a room of justice. And, even just Daredevil looking up at Kingpin and that opulence and bringing him literally down. There's a lot to be said about the themes and tones and visuals they really accomplished here. And I love that we still get more Mr. Charles potentially. We potentially get more Bullseye. Like, it didn't have to kill characters we love, except for Daniel, rest in peace, in order to have the stakes feel high, because the stakes were built into everything from episode 1 on. So really impressed. I like this finale quite a bit.
I do agree with most of what Andrew said. You two, on the other hand, I got qualms.
Oh, yeah.
But not qualms with Dustin Tucker, who played Judge Grimes.
Yeah, Judge Grimes.
I thought he did a really good job as Judge Grimes. Everyone remembers Judge Grimes. You know,
Rick's
Judge
cousin.
Was.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
It's a Walking Dead reference.
But no, I agree with. I like everything that was working is working. But at the end of the season, there are elements though that, and it was being expressed last week too, that some stuff I do think could have been more with more episodes. We could have explored a little bit more. Like, I could see them kind of like, okay, let me just start with, like, first off, him being as Mayor Kingpin. I didn't really see, outside of, like, the tyranny part that we would sometimes check in with, of what he was, what did Mayor Kingpin actually do or accomplish? Am I missing something?
No, there was, like,
it was more
one scene
1.
where he was at, like, a dinner, and he was like, I hate mayor shit.
Yeah, it was like, season 1 was he got nominated, and it was like, his first week as mayor. And then now some time has passed and it's just the tyranny.
He fixed a pothole.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Fix a pothole.
That's what I mean. It's like there's not we didn't really get to see much of that. Where you want, I feel like a show creates a stronger debate when we are able to kind of see some of the things that people would defend about what he's been able to accomplish.
Yeah,
and I didn't really get any tangible sense of what it was that Mayor Kingpin was actually doing. That some of the people, when millions of people voted for him, and like what was that response like? Did some of those people actually turn on him like, you lied to us? You know, that betrayal of leadership. And I did kind of forget about White Tiger Girl. She did show up. I was like, oh yeah, you're in the show. I just kind of forgot about you too. I mean, like most stuff I thought they handled pretty well though, overall. And I do feel like we just like, a little bit more time would have helped flesh out, like with the way the AVTF stuff went down when like Cole North striking him. I was surprised no one went against Cole North in that moment.
Same.
It was kind of like, oh, this is nice. This is positive. But no one went against him, and that was kind of a surprise. As everyone kind of seemed, there seemed like there'd be a lot of fanaticism around this little group. And I guess like Cole North's authority speaks bigger volume. Jessica Jones, I was so stoked about her coming back, but I really feel like she was just kind of whatever. Like Kristen Ritter's always good, and I always like watching Kristen Ritter. But if you're going to bring a character back to this extent, I wish she was a little bit more than helping move the plot along and being muscle.
Nothing really changes if you take her character out.
Not really. Or they could have had one of the other main characters do some of the things she did, So, there was like some of those elements I do think. How did Bullseye get on that plane?
Well, I think it was because
I
Mr.
thought
Charles
and him were working together.
Yeah, because Mr. Charles was like, I'm like recruiting people to like work overseas. That's why I didn't clock it until after the fact. I'm like, oh, I guess Luke Cage was technically a hero for hire.
Yeah, that's what I took it.
Yeah.
The switch as, and Mr. Charles orchestrating that.
That is a gnarly change.
Yeah, I wonder what that's, if we're going to get more of that in season 3, or that's like some other thing they're setting up down the road with Mr. Charles as like Black Ops overseas. Like,
I'm just happy for more Matt Lillard.
Right, yeah, more Matt Lillard.
He's like the Sam Jackson of Heroes for Hire.
That'd be cool. They're the new version of the Thunderbolts, since the old Thunderbolts were, are Avengers now.
Oh, I mean, he does have a relationship with her. They're on the phone in that first appearance.
That's true, yeah.
So.
Why is Spider-Man not getting a key? Why is he getting a key to the city when he didn't help out here?
That's why he's getting the key, because he didn't help out.
Of it.
He stayed out of it.
He's like, I'm not for me.
Why is Punisher just like moping?
We forgot about you, Spider-Man.
Is Punisher just sad right now?
This doesn't set up Punisher nearly the way I expected, and I kind of like that. I'm glad it got it, because now we don't know what the Punisher special is. It's just odd they set up the release date to be like, hey, Punisher.
I'm a little conflicted about it because he was such a big part of season 1. And there's no acknowledgement of where he is.
And then by
the time you get to this finale, I'm like, I feel like where we left off of Punisher, he might be getting involved a little bit right now.
It felt like an odd exclusion.
Not that I need it to be the Punisher show. It just kind of seems a little bit odd. So now I'm wondering, like, in Punisher One Last Kill, which he just looked super depressed in. Did he just, like, after he broke out, did he just sink back into, like, a massive depression?
We're going to find out in a week.
Can't wait to find out. Yeah. Can't wait to find out.
Also, I would have liked a little bit more something definitive as far as the progression of Buck and Heather's relationship, because she just kind of like puts the jacket over him, and that's the last we see of Buck.
I think Buck lives.
Yeah.
I think it depends on his contract.
Depends on his contract.
I do agree with what you guys are saying. I mean,
which part?
We said a lot.
On the Netflix show was 13 episodes each season, an hour each. So I mean, you get more time to flesh out characters and flesh out stories. So you paint yourself in a little bit of a corner with 8 episodes, 51 minutes each around. So I am giving them a little more leeway, and I thought in this season, because they had a more focused narrative and vision on what they wanted to do, I thought they did a pretty good job. But when you have to wrap up everything in the last 50 minutes here, it's a tough thing to do. And I thought for the most part they still did a pretty good job overall. But I do agree with the gripes that you guys are mentioning when it comes to like Heather and Buck, when it comes to what were some of the way with Cole North and stuff, but I do like the way they set up those stuff. It's they could have maybe fleshed it out a little bit better for sure, but I still thought it was in the time that they had, You know, I mean, because it feels like a studio mandate. Hey, we need 8 episodes. We need them.
Yeah,
at
I
this
think
time.
that's just budget. Like,
Yeah,
but Disney Plus gets 8 episodes. That's the cost.
I mean, I still thought it was pretty well done for.
I'm pretty high in this.
Yeah,
season.
I still really. What the journey though was really fun, and like even the experience of the finale, I think is really great. Like
this is the most riveted I've been since Netflix. I was on the edge of my seat.
Yeah,
for
the
sure.
highs of this finale were really high. Like the showdown at the courtroom.
The lead up to him saying it.
As much as there was like things we had been anticipating of Matt being, you know, like kind of the fall of what happened with both of them. I'm sure like we discussed like variations that were very similar to all these, but I think the last thing any of us thought was like, oh, Wilson's gonna go like ballistic on a crowd.
Yeah,
start murdering
backs
people.
on walls.
And yeah, that was pretty awesome. It was actually really cool to see that. And I like how dark they let him simmer in the descent for, and they didn't draw too much attention to it, even though it was pretty obvious. Like a lot of this is also an acting out of grief that he's feeling
broken.
for Vanessa, and so there's a lot tied to that in the way he's behaving here, without them having to directly call it out. I love the early subtle exchange between Buck and Wilson when Wilson's like surprised by Daniel not being compliant with giving over BB and knowing what that resulted in, and you could feel there's a sense of loss that Wilson experienced in that little exchange. There's a lot of still really great stuff, and this was out of the whole series of Born Again, this is my favorite Charlie Cox performance out of every episode of Born Again. You know,
It's amazing. And for someone like Wilson, too, for someone who believes in order and for someone who's always feels a sense of control, the way he lost it in this episode, I thought that was really well done, too. And again, Vincent D'Onofrio, he's so freaking good.
Oh, yeah, the little cat and mouse game in the courtroom. Like, you sure you want to do this? You know, do that? Yeah,
And I even we haven't talked about it at all, but the Bullseye versus Bullseye stuff, like that was so
that was
dope.
pretty dope.
That action was great. This to me was an A finale. Like I didn't need. I hear personally, I didn't need the things that I can acknowledge were missing. Like all your guys' notes, I'm with you, but like I didn't show up for Heather or Buck. I showed up for Daredevil, Kingpin, and Bullseye, and I got it. And then I also got a more accurate Cole North, who is now in the position he was in the comics, where he's the rare guy that sides with Daredevil. I also got, I get they weren't very fleshed out, but it's setting up a season 3. And maybe it's because I personally prefer to read comics weekly. I'm not a trade paperback guy. So there's part of me that sees the end of something as setting up the next thing. And that's with 34 years of reading comics, 35. Yeah. So part of me always likes this is more to come. So I did not have a single problem with those things. And even like White Tiger, her coming back in was like, oh, right, that's a character that we did tease could come and fight. So I hear all these things, but that was fucking awesome.
Yeah. And last thing too for me, I thought at the end there where they were all charging at Wilson too, and they literally had him pinned down and were trying to kill him. I thought there were 2 interesting things in that moment too, besides the fact that Matt was not only trying to protect Wilson, but he was also trying to protect those people too. Like he always fights that inner darkness in himself from becoming that. So he was stopping those people because that's not what he believes in. He doesn't believe in lawlessness and chaoticness like that. So I thought that was a very, in terms of that symbolism.
Yeah, people literally wearing his visage.
Yeah, and
like people dressed as him, beating the shit out of someone to death.
Yeah, and I think that's a good delineation too from how the cops were rocking the Punisher skull, and
what his symbol represents.
For sure.
Yeah,
I loved it. I'm real happy.
It's a great. I thought it was a great.
I'm very
finale.
fulfilled.
I gave it a 1 out of 10. I think it's really low on the totem pole.
I give it a cell block D out of 10.
So excited for season 3. We got a year.
I give it 2 finger guns.
I thought Ashley Marie Ortiz was best in the show. Sold out.
No, Lily Taylor was by far the best actress in this season.
That's an actual known actor. You didn't pick.
Yeah, you got to pick a deep cut.
You didn't do the bit. You chose an actual actor.
Like Annabelle Ivlev.
My MVP were both actresses that played Danielle.
Yeah. Well, that is going to do it. You lovelies. That was Daredevil Born Again Season 2. That was the finale. That was the season. That was the show. We'll be back for season 3, obviously. We're also covering lots of other stuff right here on the page. I didn't plug the Patreon at the top because, man, oh man, did I want to talk about this episode. But if you want to see that fully unedited, syncing up with your own copy, and see all of the brutality of the hallway that had to get chip-chopped and reshaped, head on over to Patreon. You can also watch exclusive watch-alongs that Greg and John do over there. And we're covering lots more stuff, including next week, Punisher, one last kill. Why is it his last kill? We don't know. We're going to find out in a week. We'll see you then. Bye.
Shout out his shirt.
Hey, this is his
We
shirt.
got a new shirt. Go
Look
get
at
the
it.
shirt.
Look at
It got Daredevil, got Punisher. I mean, it got this guy
At
and it
the
got
end,
this guy.
The Kingpin is White Beach.
It's got Kingpin,
At the
Kingpin,
end,
White
Bullseye,
Beach.
fully Bullseye.
He's
Look how
Bull.
blue.
Put some
At the
blood on
end, a
Kingpin.
lot of red lights. Daredevil. The shirt predicted the finale.
Daredevil, Kingpin, Bullseye. Get your shirt now.
It's a spoiler for colors. Okay, bye.
John Hedges.